What's going on, everybody? I am back to help you start off the new year correctly with some tips and tricks. Again, this is your Iron Viking. Make sure you follow me on Instagram, Iron Viking 1313, because double the trouble. But here, guys, some tips and tricks to get your new year started off correctly because, well, when most people enter into the health and fitness world, they don't know what they're doing. So the first thing they do is they think that they need a bunch of supplements, a bunch of pills and a bunch of powders and a bunch of things that you're going to throw in your face. But that's actually not true. So the biggest thing that people need to understand is protein shakes are not good because having just protein, you can't actually digest it. So you're actually literally just going to poo it all out. So the best thing you can do is look at your diet. Try to separate your diet into 3 to 4 meals throughout the day. Prepping is the easiest way to get on this habit. But also, you need to be able to know that you're going to retrain your body. If you spent your entire life eating 1 meal a day, 2 meals a day, and never drinking water, you'll think, well, I don't need that much water, but everyone does. Your body's just not going to ask you for things that it's not going to get. So the best way to do it is to get more carbs in the morning, more fats at night, and late at night throw some leafy greens in there. That way, when you sleep, first thing you're going to get the leafy green help with the iron. There we go. Sorry, brain fart there for a second. But also, the leafy greens have the roughy edge that'll help push stuff through. That way you don't have any of that trapped grime stuck in your lower intestines. You know what I mean. And then also the next thing you got to learn is calories are a scam. Not really a scam, but they don't matter as much as you think they do because calories are not equivalent. So just like a steak with, let's say, 1,000 calories, cookie dough with 1,000 calories, or a gigantic pile of iceberg lettuce with 1,000 calories. None of those will do the same thing for your body. So it's not like, it's not like gas goes in, gas goes out kind of thing. It's more like those old lawnmowers back in the day where you got to mix the gas and the oil together and put them all in the same port, yet they provide different functions. That's what you got to look for. So learn how to track your macros. There's easy ways to look up what you need to do, like the macros you need to consume, but also be ready to play with it a little bit. Like if you like feeling more full and your current diet's not leaving you full, up your fats a little bit. They take longer for your body to digest. And so if it takes longer, then you're going to stay fuller longer, which makes a little bit of sense, right? And proteins, not all of them are equivalent either. Egg proteins digest very fast. Red meats take forever to digest. So anywhere in that range is where you want to build your day. Like if you starved and dehydrated yourself all night long, it's called sleeping. Then when you wake up in the morning, the first thing you should do is drink a bunch of water. After you drink a bunch of water, like a liter, then you can think about eating. Or if you're trying to lose immediate size, then drink a bunch of water and go straight to your fasted cardio. So fasted cardio is a cheat code if you want to really reduce fat. But I'll talk about all of that in the next video. This one's just for little ideas on how to shape your diet and everything. So again, don't worry about the supplements. Maybe get a multivitamin, maybe get a probiotic, but that's really all you need. Drink some coffee for the energy. Like, it's not bad for you as long as you're drinking water, and then don't overdo the coffee. Like, anything in excess is going to be bad for you. But as long as you're getting enough water, you should aim for about 1 gallon of water a day. If you can't get there yet, it's something you can build towards. But if you have old, gross water that's been sitting in your body that's not getting replenished, not getting cycled through, that could be where a lot of the bloat around your waist is coming from. It doesn't always have to be that it's just fat, because you don't know that. It probably is bloated areas with just water retention. So make sure you're flushing good water through. And also, when one of the biggest things that I found works the very best for me and my body and the way I train, which I train like a crazy person. Like, if you let a mad dog go in the gym, that's kind of how I work out, just crazy. But yes, so I go keto, which doesn't mean that my entire life is keto. It means that I cut out carbs and sugar and all that stuff. I don't really eat that much sugar, but I cut out carbs at 3 p.m. Done. Now, honestly, right before 3 p.m., at about 2:30 to 2:40 area, I eat a big bowl of beef and rice, like a lot of rice. Just switch to brown rice, trying to see what it does for the body. If it doesn't give me any immediate results, I'm going to go back to white rice. It tastes better. And I don't put any seasoning on it. But that's neither here nor there. That's just a bunch of carbs right before 3 p.m. But it gives your body time to digest those carbs, to use those carbs, to put them into action. And later on, I have a high fat. I do throw in greens, but the majority of the carbs are dietary fiber, which just passes right through you, so you don't actually digest it at all. And also, I usually have a chicken breast, which is, chicken, steak. They're not that far apart in how good or bad they are for you. Boiled chicken's disgusting. I use a George Foreman. Make it how you want. Just don't watch all the condiments. One also thing that I don't worry about, because I don't really care about taste, because I eat for function. But everyone who eats for taste tells me they are amazing. Keep an eye out for Flavor Gods. You can look up on Amazon, or they'll give you other brands that are just about the same. But Flavor Gods is great for flavoring, for spices that have pretty much zero carbs, zero sugar, zero calories all the way through. No matter which one you pick, they even have a powdered donut flavor. Like, what the fuck? I guess it's for oats or something. But yeah, so I'll give you a basic idea of diet that I do personally. And I'll show you a picture of what I look like now. So, with what I do personally, the reason I stay very trim, very shredded, is because I eat on an exact schedule, well, pretty much exact schedule every day. I try to eat every 3.5 to 4 hours, depending, like between my first meal and my second meal is a big space, and between my third and my fourth meal is a big space, but there are snacks and things that I throw in to make sure the metabolism is burning as it should be. So the first thing I do when I wake up is I have a yogurt. I do the Greek yogurt, Chobani, coffee flavored. I like coffee. Doesn't really matter. Just watch the sugar. It's the morning. Have your sugar, have your strawberries, have your banana flavoring. It doesn't really matter. It's the morning. Then the next thing I have is 4 eggs and a big bowl of oats. Depending on what workout I'm doing that day is depending on how much oats. Like, if I just piled it out of the fucking bowl and have a gigantic bowl of oats, it's probably going to be back day or chest, biceps, and calves, because that's a big day too. But if it's just an average sized bowl of oats, that means I probably did fasted cardio that day. So I don't need all those extra carbs to build muscle. And then I eat all that. I drink a ton of water, a ton. About halfway between my first and my second meal, I have a buttered coffee. I use GHEE, ghee. It's unpasteurized, good for you butter, but also butter doesn't make you fat. Fat doesn't make you fat. I drink one of those, and for lunch, so I ate at 6:15, 6:30 in the morning. Lunch, or the second meal, I guess, is at around 10:30, 10:15 area. I have a roast beef sandwich on Ezekiel bread, which, if you don't know, that is sprout bread, and pepper jack cheese and mayo on it. As you can see, it's not really that, like, dieting, right? Also an entire potato, not like a reasonable sized potato, not like those behemoth ones. Like, if you feel like it's more than 6 minutes and 50 seconds to cook it in the microwave, you gotta cut it up a little bit. Start smaller. If you see yourself losing a ton of extra weight and you want to watch it, you can add more potato in, but smaller at first just to see where your body is. Also, sweet potatoes work, and some other different kinds of starches, because that's what you want at that time, a starch. Then I, at around 12:30, I have a protein bar. It's kind of a bar. It's called a tasty pastry. They're wonderful. 0 sugar, 0 carbs, just something to get me through to the next meal. And 20 grams of protein. Look for them. They're great. Also, the protein sweet roll, fucking amazing. The best one is the cinnamon one. It's like a Cinnabon. It's great. But not sponsored by them yet. Maybe they'll see this and, give me some sponsorship. That'd be great. Okay. Then we move on to the next meal is the bowl of beef and rice. So I have about 1/3 of a pound of ground beef cooked up and about a cup of cooked rice. I am trying brown rice to see how it works for me, but it doesn't really matter because you're not eating cups and cups and cups of it. It doesn't matter that much. Then at around 4:45, 5 o'clock, I have a keto snack bar that's mostly nuts. So it has no sugar, no carbs, just nuts. Because, after 3 p.m., no carbs, keto style. So it's tons of fat, tons of calories. You're probably, if you did my diet, you'd be eating so many calories, you wouldn't even understand it. And yet you'd still look like this. Haha. So, yeah, and then dinner later on, I have a chicken breast, a pile of baby spinach, 9 baby carrots, half an avocado. People are like, yeah, but there's carbs in the baby carrots. Yeah, but it's mostly dietary fiber. There's a little bit of extra carbs, but it's less than 10 grams. You're good. And the chicken breast, I don't use seasoning. I do burn the chicken, so I throw a little bit of balsamic vinaigrette on top just to make sure that I can choke it down. And still all day long, tons and tons of fucking water, just water like crazy. And then at night, sometimes if I'm still starving and it was a big training day, I'll have a protein treat or, honestly, a scoop of this keto protein, cookie dough that I made. And honestly, be careful if you make it, 'cause it's fucking wonderful. Just wonderful. It's so good. But yeah, those are just some tips and tricks to try out, because honestly, if I can do it, really anyone can. So that's the biggest thing I want you guys to see is I've got a lot of restrictions. There's a lot of shit that I have to do that you won't have to do. I have to be very strict on my diet to maintain like this. You won't have to be that extreme to change your entire physique the way that you dream it should look. And so let me know in the comments below about any questions, anything you want me to answer. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe. I love you all. I'll be back on here next week with another installment going more over workouts. So have a great fucking week, guys.